Our guest today is Jim Parkman. This was a huge case. I mean, this was the fourth largest accounting fraud in the history of the United States.
The CEO of HealthSouth, the Fortune 500 healthcare company.
Ferrari Enzo was nearly obliterated in the high-speed crash along the PCH.
Zenvo, ST150S.
He went from being on the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Only going to make 3 for the United
I'm
States.
Bobby Khan, former exotic car dealer turned #1 FBI's most wanted fugitive.
Generally, when you look at the law, 90% of the time it's against you.
The FBI put a $20,000 reward for information into his arrest.
Bobby Khan scammed super rich customers at a New Jersey car dealership.
Join myself and James Parkman, my attorney and best friend, as we have cars, courts, and conversations.
Arkansas men.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of PARKMAN KHAN Unleashed, and this episode's pretty unleashed. That's Jim Parkman, and this is Bobby Khan. This is going to be a free-for-all because we were going to do an episode, and then we just read an article, and now we're just going to say, this is all about funny stories now.
Newsweek article.
Go ahead. Tell me what you read.
All right. I was just handed this article, and, some things are just great. I mean, 2 men arrested in Arkansas for shooting at each other voluntarily while wearing bulletproof vests after having a few drinks. And here's what I don't know why that made news, because that's a Saturday night in Alabama. I mean, why in the world are you going to arrest somebody when you're just shooting at each other with vests on? I mean, yeah, this is just for fun. I mean, come on.
Hold on. There's so much going on here, right?
Yeah, I mean, look. What do people expect? Drink a pina colada, get a 9mm, and go out in the parking lot with your best friend and shoot him.
So now,
I mean, that's with a
there's a million things that can go wrong.
Yeah, we get arrested.
So hold on, they're shooting each other in a bulletproof vest, right? So that actually hurts.
That's right.
Even if you're wearing a vest and you get shot, that's going to hurt.
Oh yeah,
Now you're drunk. So how are you aiming? What if you hit him right here in the face? What if you hit him someplace else?
Hey, look, that's just an accident. As
a judge standing there, how do you sit there and say, yeah, I'm like, you're just an idiot. You just need to be smacked a little bit. You don't need
Wait a minute. You see, you're looking at it from a wrong standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me explain this to you. May I?
Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy's a lawyer, and he's going to tell you exactly what a lawyer is going to put a spin on.
And then I'm going to bring in a citizen from the street who is going to give us their perspective of this, okay? But here's what I'm looking at, right? If this catches on, shooting each other with vests on, it will be an Olympic sport by the year 2030, okay? So, I mean, I'm just telling you.
You're not far off, because do you ever see that slap boxing? I mean, the slap thing is?
Yeah.
Where they slap each other?
Yeah.
Who does that?
People that shoot at each other with vests on. I mean, and if you're knocking down, if you fall to the ground, then you're eliminated. That country is out of the Olympics.
Now, do you guys have that in Alabama as like a local sport?
Not now, but now that I've read this, my gosh, this looks to me like, something that could take, it could take
it's
control.
Like jungle wrestling, right?
Start a whole league. Look, you go to a bar, okay? You're a single guy. You go to a bar.
Okay.
Instead of going in there with hopes of trying to find some gorgeous woman, which you're not, okay?
You're going
now you got to just find another guy with a bulletproof vest, and now you got a whole thing going on for the rest of the night. I mean, come on. All right, now let's get a perspective. I'm going to bring in a friend of mine from the street.
Okay.
He's going to give a perspective about this theory of shooting. All right, come on in, Griff.
All right,
Griffin.
First of all, I'm from Alabama. Right.
Move over, Griffin. Get into the camera. Move over.
All right. We have a phrase here in Alabama.
Yeah.
We say, hold my beer and watch this, right? This is the epitome of that story.
That's it.
Right?
And this could literally turn into, we can go head to head with Dana White here and say, hey, you got UFC. we got this, whatever you want to call it.
Exactly.
Well, I think, my idea out of this is, and I've heard you guys talking politics and this and that, and, back in the revolutionary days, this is how we settled disputes, right? You're talking smack. I'm challenging you to a duel. See you at sunset, right?
Okay. In the words of Mike Tyson.
Wait a minute. This is
excessive smack talk.
That's right. Wait a minute. And if you get knocked down, the vest is going to stop the bullet.
Yeah.
But if you get knocked down, you're the loser.
That's
exactly.
Right.
You're out. That's it.
You're out.
We're bringing back dueling.
I'm all for it.
To serve the political needs of America.
Right.
And I hope Donald Trump sits there and goes into office and says, hey, you know what? All convicted felons that were convicted of a non-violent crime have their gun rights back, because I'm going to go get my gun license tomorrow. Because, listen, if this is a great thing, because I have a problem in today's society, in the words of Mike Tyson, you know what the problem with the world is? Nobody gets punched in the face anymore.
Exactly.
Everybody runs their mouth because they're like, I'm sitting behind my screen.
No consequence.
Listen, buddy. All right, you got something to say? Meet me at 5 o'clock. We're good to go.
Bring your second. We'll settle this like gentlemen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bring your vest and
don't forget your vest. Though.
Yeah, don't forget the vest. Don't show up in a shirt with no sleeves on it. We don't.
So the key
what we call woman beater shirts. Don't come up with that. That's not going to be a good.
Listen, I've been wearing wife beaters my whole life. I'm from Jersey.
That's right.
So the issue, the reason these guys ended up getting charged is because they had agreed. They both consented to this.
Yeah.
But they consented to being shot once each. And so one of the guys shot more than once.
Okay.
So
they ratted each other out.
Legal
okay. So there's
how far does the consent go? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't feel like he shot him good enough. Do you get an extra shot if you don't think you did a good one?
Wasn't a square hit.
How do you stand there with a straight face and defend the guy in court without laughing?
Give him a minute.
The only thing I can say is Your Honor, this has become now a very, very important element of our society. For example, my good friend Bobby Khan in Las Vegas is going to try out for the Olympics in vest shooting. And right now, I mean, everybody's pulling for him. They think that he is the contender, that he is going to be the champion.
Listen, if they bring this back, and if Donald Trump sits there and brings back, gun rights for convicted felons, I'm all in for this. Okay.
See? And now all the language changes. You don't have to say walk the walk and talk the talk. It's walk the walk and shoot. being a convicted felon, that's the worst thing. That is the worst thing, not being able to have a gun with me at all time, being a convicted felon. It's like, God, I want that. It's like back in the day when you went to jail and they were letting you go, the sheriff let you go, he handed you your rifle back. Sure. Now, like, when I was leaving federal prison, they're like, no, you're not getting a gun ever again. Like, you're kind of sad about that. Well, I think that, I think there's more to it. I think that what we can look at is an increase of business. So, for example, if you show up at sunrise and you have your shootout and guy falls, you help pick him up, show good sportsmanship, and y'all go to Waffle House. And that's it in a nutshell.
Here's a business idea.
Yeah.
You guys remember the Turkish sharpshooter? Remember in the Olympics, the Turkish sharpshooter that went famous because he just looked easy, man. He just was natural. That's supposed to be one of the most popular Halloween costumes this year.
Oh, yeah.
The famous Turkish sharpshooter.
Cool. Yeah.
Hey, maybe you and I ought to go as the two Arkansas men that shot each other.
Which one are you going to be?
I'm going to be the best looking one. That's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be the one that shot twice. Okay, I'm not doing just one. I can tell you that right now.
I want to help too.
I'm sitting here. I'm just trying to picture what Jimmy would be doing in court, right? And I always tell people, and I've told this story a million times. My first day of trial, I'm sitting there, right? And the judge said something to Jimmy because, like, Jimmy, Jimmy pushed the button a little bit with the witness on the stand, and he's like, "Sorry, Your Honor, I just quit smoking today." And I'm looking at the other three lawyers, and I'm like, "Oh, he quit smoking on the day of my trial?" And he's like, no, he quit in 1981.
That's because I told him, I said, well, Your Honor, maybe we need to take a break. You need to go outside and smoke a cigarette before we go on.
Oh, my God. Oh, man.
But that is a story that I would never dream. I just would never dream that would ever come up.
Listen, every day in the news, you hear some crazy stories, but that's one of them.
The best thing about it is, don't you wish you could have been there and listened to how they came up with this?
Yeah, could you imagine the idea?
How did they come in? How did they, oh yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, exactly.
What we ought to do.
I mean, I'd love to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
So, hey, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go outside. I'm going to go in my pickup truck. I'm going to get my vest, and you go get yours. Yeah. And we're going to shoot each other.
We're going to test them, right?
And they actually figured they both managed to agree. I mean, I'd love. Did you ever watch that movie? What the hell was it? With Denzel Washington, The Runaway Train?
Yeah.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
The big guy, the dumb guy. It reminds me of somebody like that. The big guy that sits there and loses the train and the train runs off from him. It's like, there goes the huge train. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was a true story. The train becomes a runaway train because one guy was just an idiot and just let the train go.
But, think of all, you show back up at work on Monday and your employee goes, what'd you do this weekend?
I got shot.
I had a few beers, got shot in the chest. Other than that, it was pretty good. We had a good time.
Great water cooler conversation. Back to work.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You ought to see the hole in that vest.
Oh, man. You know what?
Well, nothing surprises me anymore.
I've done some crazy things in my life, but I think that one tops me.
That would be, but like I said, I just wish I'd been there to hear how they came up with this.
I mean, apparently dueling is illegal in some states.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Is it really?
In Texas, dueling is legal.
Wow.
This happened in Arkansas, so I guess they're a little behind the times.
No,
they didn't get them for shooting one. They got him because the other guy shot that was supposed to do 1 and 1.
He said, you can shoot me once.
And that's it.
He
shot him again and took advantage of his generosity.
There's the problem.
There's a problem there. Okay.
Now, you know what would be great? The only thing that would be better is if you go, okay, we're going to agree to shoot each other once, and I'm going to go first. Okay, bam, I quit. I'm through. That was fun.
I'm totally for. We should go back to like weekly duels or like daily duels at 12 o'clock at high noon. You want to settle a score, you register in your local town. Everybody that wants to register, there you go. Meet me there at 12 o'clock. We're going to settle.
Saturday night.
Avoid a lot of litigation, right?
Absolutely.
Saturday night, avoid a lot of litigation.
Jimmy, I love you and stuff like that, but it would get rid of a lot of lawyers, okay?
It would eliminate a lot of lawyers.
That's right.
Well, that's why we got to get our accessories business going.
That's
special
right.
glasses.
The special glasses.
Listen, sporting goods, Dick's would be busy. You know what? We should really start a sport like this. We should literally start our own league.
I'm telling you, if you'll hang on, we'll see it at the Olympics.
It's considered a sport.
Yeah.
And then we can go and
here's what's funny.
Dana White.
Here's what's really funny, right? If you made it an Olympic sport, you would probably have more people watching that than any other sport.
Oh, absolutely. I don't even watch the Olympics.
They would go, cross-country skiing? No. I want to go see them shoot each other. That's what I want.
Absolutely. Listen,
I want to see if he goes down. I think Mr. Argentina's going down today. I bet on him. He's going down.
So is it just an endurance test? Is it whoever says uncle first?
I'm going to bet that the guy from France runs. I bet he's going to run. I don't think, I'm taking a bet on
all the European Union and Canadians are running. And
they're France. Come out from behind hours.
Who else thinks this should be a sport? Who else thinks this should become an Olympic sport, or actually a sport in general?
Yeah.
I think it beats breakdancing. Did you see any breakdancing?
I saw breakdancing on there, but yes, I was watching.
I don't watch the Olympics because it's boring. I mean, Listen, basketball used to be fun back in the day, but now it's like, the American basketball team they're professionals. They're competing against a bunch of amateurs. They're going to win. That's it.
Yeah.
So then I don't want to see gymnastics. I don't want to see anything else. But this I would watch.
This would be good.
And tackle football.
Yeah.
I
This
would
would be tackle football.
popcorn and watching this. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm all for this. Listen, I completely agree. Like, when we
They already have fencing.
Yeah. but that's not it because you don't get stuck. You know,
Yeah, because they have vests.
Yeah, but we're shooting. We're not
With
just
vests.
We're not little saber
you
things.
can put the- you can
Maybe you
put
see
the
that
waffle.
saber thing go like this.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, okay.
It's like a
What you have to do is we got to apply for me to be able to get my gun rights back. So we got to lobby for that, and then I'm all in on this.
I think you would make a great Olympian.
Listen, let me tell you something. I'd be great. I'll get my vest tomorrow if I can get my rights back.
That's right.
This is the same type of athletes as what's the one on the ice with the broom, Just looks like a bunch of dads that left playing. They went to some bowling alley.
And look, we'll have a training session for you to get ready. And what we do is we take an iron skillet and we hit you in the chest without the vest. to get that feeling that it's going to have, and so you stand up and do it again. So we'll see how long you can go, see, and then that will be, because we want the gold.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. I'm all in for this. This is definitely it.
Yeah, instead of a medal, they give you a gold bullet or a silver bullet or a bronze bullet.
Oh, man.
You give your own. It's smushed from the
they give your own bullet.
This is some
the
funny
winning
stuff.
bullet.
I'd like to hear Peyton Manning
listen,
commentate on that. That seemed like that hurt.
That's going to leave a mark.
Right in the chest, right in the middle.
Yeah.
No, here's the other thing. Do they have to drink in sport? If we start this, they have to drink.
Definitely.
Whoa, in the groin, but there's no protection.
You got to drink beforehand because that controls balance.
Yeah. That's how you separate the trained
4 beer minimum, right?
Right?
So 4 beers, and it's got to be an American beer. So because it's an American sport.
No. We want to get.
What do we think they were drinking in Arkansas?
No, we want to get that beer that has 10-12% alcohol in it.
No, these guys in Arkansas are
How about this?
Busch Light, man. I'm telling you, they weren't
If
drinking.
it originates out of Arkansas and Alabama, how about moonshine? Moonshine?
Moonshine.
Identify the
a
real
little
name.
jug of
A little
moonshine.
shine.
Yep. Okay.
Do you know how many people? You would have a lot of people wanting to get in on this to be the Olympian.
Well, listen, I'm telling you, there's going to be so many people like, I'm in.
I'm in on this.
To something. Hey,
Yes, sir.
Jimmy,
I'm going to get my gold
when
medal.
you're done, I need you to go and patent this whole thing for us, okay? Lock it down, trademark it, whatever you got to do, okay? Before you guys steal this idea, remember, Jimmy's a lawyer, and he's a good one, so don't you steal our idea.
And he does have a gun.
Yep, hey, Jimmy's got a gun.
So if you want to beat him, you got to challenge him to a duel. And
Exactly.
lose.
In Alabama. So, and
Look, I've already told you my plan.
what's the plan?
The plan is, bam, I'm through. I'm out. It's over with.
And those of you don't want to go down to Alabama because Alabama's slogan is arrive on vacation, leave on probation.
Hey, we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this with you and about your dislike for Alabama. But I'm going to show you that it's not about you and your dislike for Alabama. It was because your brain was in overload. That was what the problem was.
Let me guess, 11 months in a county jail and then in a federal jail and facing prison for 20 years? Yeah. Overwhelmed.
Over a woman.
Over a woman, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, see, your brain was in overload.
Exactly. Thank God for you.
Next episode, we're going to get into...
All right, we'll talk about my Alabama story.
We're going to talk about your Alabama story and women.
Okay, done. Done deal. Whenever you want to do that.
Got it.
All right. It was a pleasure meeting you too, Griffin. This was fun. All right.
Happy shooting.